Welcome to NKU Soccer Stadium in Highland Heights, Kentucky. FC Cincinnati to host the red-hot Sporting Kansas City 2 in this beautiful night on Match Day 5, MLS Next Pro 2023. My name is Ryan Davis. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. It's going to be a windy 50 degrees in Kentucky, and we take a look at the standings. As of right now, FC Cincinnati 2 at 10th place with just 4 points from their opening 3 games. And they will look to try to get all 3 points to continue to climb the table. They have 2 games in hand above Philadelphia Union and Chicago Fire as they take on the visiting Sporting Kansas City. Crown Legacy FC got a draw in this match just 2 weeks ago on this very ground. They lead the pack with 13 points. Orlando City B 4 points behind at 2nd place. Just a quick look at the orange and blue. They're gonna look to trying to get all 3 points, playing aggressive soccer. Tyrone Marshall already confessing to a 3-4-1-2 lineup. He's gonna try to pressure the ball and try to make Kansas City make mistakes in their own half and capitalize. Kansas City, on the other hand, a high possession team. Coach Ben Feliber from Brazil is going to try to dominate possession. Taking a look at the home lineups, FC Cincinnati 2 in their 3-4-1-2. Evan Lauro, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy, is in the starting lineup. He's the first keeper to get the 2nd nod of the season for this Cincinnati 2 team. David Garcia makes his debut at left centre back. Kai Thomas and Aponono at right centre back. Adam Ziganean and Turswa at centre defensive midfield. Valenzuela at attacking midfield. Morgan Marshall right wing back. Conte left wing back. Castellano is going to be pulling the strings with Ben Stitz up top. Sporting Kansas City 2 in their 4-3-3. Ceylon gets his debut in goal tonight. Nadi Clark, Josh Bartlett, Jahan Rod and Lucas Rosa in the back line. Victor Diaz and the debutant Teshatre is going to play defensive midfield. Josh Cohen, Andrew Draper, Pau Vidal and Vargas will be up front for this KC2 team. So we are live in NKU Soccer Stadium. Sporting Kansas City will have possession. They'll be in the blue from right to left. Pau Vidal standing over this one. And the boys in orange, FC Cincinnati 2, who are undefeated on this very ground, are going to be defending the goal on the left. And they'll be going from left to right on your screen. We are underway. Immediately Kansas City wanting to hold possession. Nadi Clark, number 33. Andrew Draper. Intercepted. Here comes Cincinnati. Immediately Draper coming all the way back to win back possession for KC. Long ball over the top. Evan Lauro out of his goal. And the shot comes in and Evan Lauro gobbles it up. Bit of indecision between the centre back and the goalkeeper. But in the end, Lauro safely handled. First foul of the day, and it's going to be Selim Adams, the Ghanaian. Clark takes it quickly. Clark again. This one going all the way back to Lucas Rosa. Ever overlapping right back. And he slips it through, and it's Valentin Vargas. Throwing to Sporting Kansas City. Play back to Sharnett. Out wide. Ball comes in. Good interception in the end, and some 6s and 7s at the back, but eventually it's going to be a goal kick for Cincinnati. Evan Lauro, like we mentioned, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy, coming off an injury 2 seasons ago after they won the USL Eastern Conference. A very unlikely injury for the goalkeeper, and he's continuing his comeback. Garcia goes all the way back, and the debutant Saliba clears this one out. Ceylon rather. Through in for Cincinnati. Beautiful move. Intercepted. And here comes the skipper. Looking for Draper. Couldn't find him. Apanonu finding Adams, who's captaining the team today. Kai Adams, such a fixture at the back. Here he is on the ball. Adams. Intercepted by Rosa. Kansas City looking to break. They have numbers. Vargas gets to the byline. Cross comes in, and it's in! 1-0 Kansas City. It's that man, the Spaniard, Pau Vidal. He gets his 4th goal in 4 games. Beautiful move in transition. Vargas Valentin to the byline. And Pau Vidal gobbles up his chance. And the Spaniard makes it 4 out of 4. Here's Rosa breaking. Finding the winger. Just a little bit of hesitation. Gets to the byline. Squares it across with pace. And there's Vidal poaching goals. And the visitors take a 1-0 lead in the opening minutes. Well, hold on to your hats. Thomas, the home team trying to gather their thoughts, gather their wits. And look at the press by Sporting Kansas City now. This one goes all the way back to Lauro. Clears it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Sporting Kansas City, who has jumped all over FC Cincinnati too. The left back, Nadi Clark. One, two. Clark again. Finding Draper. This one is going to go all the way across to Rosa, the Brazilian. Rosa inside, the 1-2, gets it back. Beautiful football from Kansas City. Still Kansas City, and there's Kai Thomas to the rescue. Josh Cohen gets it back. Going to be looking to pull the strings, the attacking midfielder. The early cross in, Lauro comes out. Had to come out and take the pressure off of Thomas and company. The veteran goalkeeper had to use every bit of his skill to pluck that one out. Apanonu. Dispossessed. Kansas City now. Draper. Vidal. Still Vidal. And it's going to be Vargas on his left foot. The shot, and Lauro saves. Again, Sporting Kansas City too, with their quick counters. Any sort of possession given away in midfield, One or two passes and they're into an attacking position in a flash. Apanono, Thomas. Again, the congestion in midfield broken up. Vidal. Going all the way back to Garcia. Bartlett rather. Here's Bartlett. Clark. Draper. The pressure coming from the home team. Can't win possession, but you can see the intent. Clark to Vidal. Dispossessed. Adams. This one goes all the way back to Apanono. Conte. Castellano. Excellent tackle by Rosa. You start to expect that from the number 44. The game has started off with blinding pace. Beautiful ball out to the wing. Conte playing left wing back tonight. Academy player, 18 years old. Captain Thomas. Cincinnati trying to catch their breaths after KC not only capitalizing on a counter-attack but almost got a second on another one. Here's a beautiful ball out to Conte. Finding support, Castellano. Lovely move. Adams trailing. Adams with the shot. And the scouting report on the Ghanaian means do not back off. He can shoot from distance. It was Castellano finding Adams, and you can see the blue shirts closing in. Cincinnati starting to find some rhythm. Evan Lauro. Kai Thomas rather. Apanono. Played in. This one's out wide to Morgan Marshall. With the 1-2. Adams cleans up. Castellano. Still Castellano. Getting some room. Trying to just unlock Gerardo Valenzuela. But Carlito Ceylon quickly off his line. You can see the skill, you can see the touch. And the debutant Ceylon quickly off his line to gobble it up. Sporting Kansas City committed to playing out of the back. Captain Cohen. Draper finding pockets of space, exactly what their Brazilian coach will want. Cohen again. Out wide to Clark. Players queuing up for the cross. Clark has to retreat. Lucas Rosa. Clips it in. And it's Cohen with the shot. Lauro with the save. And the clearance off the line by Thomas. 3 chances carved out by Kansas City, and Evan Lauro again with another save. This one played in beautifully, and it was the captain Cohen. And an excellent save with the feet this time by Lauro. And the clearance off the line by Thomas. Apanono to Marshall. Adams having to retreat and gets it back. FC Cincinnati starting off with 4-2 winners against Toronto FC on this ground on match day 1. And a loss to the eventual leaders, Crown Legacy. Adams gets called for another free kick, his second one for the half. And looks like it's going to be just a stern talking to. As the captain, Josh Cohen, who had that chance only seconds ago. So referee Eric Taylor-Sall gives his first yellow card to Salim Adams. So the first yellow card going to the Ghanaian, Salim Adams. You can see he was late on the challenge, just a lunge on Josh Cohen. Can't be no arguments. Referee Eric Taylor-Sall takes the name and number of Salim Adams. So free kick to Kansas City. And it's going to be Chelo to Shantret to take this one, the holding midfielder making his debut today. Rosa. Beautiful turn inside. Clark overlapping. Draper to the outside. Draper to the byline. And the missed kick means a goal kick for FC Cincinnati 2. So, opening 15 minutes and the visitors have gone on to the front foot, getting a goal after 4 minutes by their talisman Pau Vidal, the Spaniard. From a cross from the winger, Vargas Valentin. Castellano. Valenzuela weaving his way. Clark. To Shantret rather. Adams. Marshall getting to the byline now. The cross headed out. Quickly back heel by Castellanos, but to no one. And FC Cincinnati 2 will reset. Apenono. Beautiful ball in. Valenzuela. Outside to Marshall. Across the goal, and it's cleared away in the end. Adams. Apenono. Himself and Thomas have been known to split the lines with their passing from the centre-back position. Two excellent ball handlers. Conte. Intercepted, and this is where Sporting Kansas City are so effective. They disrupt things as soon as the ball comes back into the middle. Rosa. Victor Diaz. Oh, and another heavy tackle, and it's going to be another yellow card. This time it's Apenono. So the yellow card goes to Joey Apenono, the centre-back, taking evasive action. Heavy challenge, looks like to be on Pau Vidal. So the holding midfielder, Adams, and now the centre-back, Apenono, both on yellow cards. Rosa. Victor Diaz. Vargas Valentin going all the way back. There's Ceylon. Has had a comfortable first opening 17 minutes, the debutant keeper. Cohen going wide to Clark. Draper dispossessed. Marshall. Still Marshall. Couldn't hold on. Kansas City. Vidal. His first touch let him down. Early ball over the top. Clever ball. Valenzuela. Hounded. Looks to be by Garcia. Thomas. Conte. Sporting Kansas City 2. They like to press, but only when it makes sense, according to their coach Ben Faliber. As you can see, players behind the ball now in a low block as FC Cincinnati 2 probes forward. Valenzuela goes down and the referee agrees. So free kick to the home team. Can they get something back on this dead ball? This portion of the match is brought to you by Mercy Health, official healthcare provider of FC Cincinnati. Crafty midfielder Castellano from Venezuela standing over this one. Clips this one in. Oh, and it just almost finding Apanono at the last post. Ceylon. Trying to play out of the back. Clark. There comes that pressure from Cincinnati. Clipped forward, and the press has worked. Apanono. Splitting the lines beautifully, and a little clever flick on. Finds Marshall. Marshall, the early cross. Beautiful cross in. Kept into play. Adams helps it on. Conte. Conte retreating, finding Tercios. Adams. Tercios making his debut tonight. Thomas going out wide to Conte. The rotation has been fantastic defensively for Sporting Kansas City too. Clipped in by Thomas. And you can see a bit of frustration, a little lack of patience from the home team as Sporting Kansas City held their mark. See Ben Stitz, the number 44, getting the nod at the top of your screen. It's going to be a goal kick for Carlito Ceylon. Adams. Valenzuela turning beautifully. Still Valenzuela. Here's Stitz onside. Ben Stitz on that left foot, and Ben Stitz scores! What an individual effort by the forward. Played in beautifully by Valenzuela. Ben Stitz had a lot of work to do. He looks up, he was onside, wrong-footed the defender, and just wrong-footed Ceylon as well. Catching the goalkeeper at the near post. And this game is even after 22 minutes. So an early substitution for the home team. The centre-back, Joey Aponono, departs. And Steven Jimenez comes in at the centre-back position. Beautiful turn by Josh Cohen. Goes back out to Rosa now with space. Vargas. Conte showing him the line. Vargas retreats. Clark. Draper. Still Draper. Helped on again. Draper at the top of the box. Looking for the shot. Cleared away by Marshall. And a lovely flick on by Stitz. Finds Castellanos. Still Castellanos. Clark gets back. Clips it across. Intercepted by Jacob Bartlett. Valenzuela with the shot. Saved by Ceylon. So the game has come alive. FC Cincinnati 2 after that equalizer. The last two sequences have looked very confident. After Carlito Ceylon, the goalkeeper, being caught at his near post for the equalizer, I have to say, an excellent save from Castellano to keep that one out. First corner kick for the home team. Castellano again. To the far post. And a goal kick for the visitors. So just to confirm, Jimenez, number 37, will be checking in for Joey Aponono. After only 25 minutes, have to say Aponono on a yellow card. The centre-back and coach Tyrone Marshall believes he cannot take any chances with his centre-back and his defensive midfielder Adams also on a yellow card in the opening 25 minutes. Valenzuela hounded in the centre circle. Adams cleverly goes out wide to Marshall. Tries to play it back in. Valenzuela, the 1-2, and Stitz is in. Offside. Clever play by FC Cincinnati 2, but Ben Stitz just a fraction offside. This portion of the match is going to be brought to you by TQL, Total Quality Logistics, partner of the FC Cincinnati. Castellanos finding Valenzuela. Jimenez. And here's Vidal on a bit of a mini counter-attack. Draper to his left. Vidal goes down. No call by the referee. Marshall. Bit of a miscue with Stitz. So Sporting Kansas City 2 in great form coming into this match, and that's a lovely ball from Cohen to Draper. Top of the box, Vidal. Cohen. Draper again has 3 assists in 2 matches, the left winger. Cohen. All the way across to Lucas Rosa. He clips it in. Headed out by Thomas. Out by Conte. Bartlett to Clark. Speaking to Coach Ben Falaba, the Brazilian, he's a possession-oriented coach and demands that of his players, no matter if they're home or away. This one clipped in, looking for Vidal. Thomas is going to shepherd this one out for a goal kick. Sporting Kansas City to 2 wins in their last 2 matches, dropping 4 goals against Real Monarch in their last match. Full of confidence. As for the home team, FC Cincinnati 2, one noticeable absentee is Kimi Ordonez. Was 4 goals in 4 matches. You have to say one eye has to be on him to be starting the US Open Cup match for FC Cincinnati 2 on Tuesday evening. Ordonez has been impressive from match day 1. Was the match day 1 player of the week with 2 goals and an assist. Conte seems to have moved from left wing back to left centre back. Rod going all the way back to Ceylon. And his pass kept alive. Here's Clark. Lovely back heel, but doesn't pan out. Valenzuela. Outside to Stitz. Top of the box to Valenzuela. Still time. He goes down. No call. Sporting KC cannot clear their lines. Adams starting to settle in after that yellow card. Clearing the lines beautifully. Marshall with time. Cross. Valenzuela. Still Valenzuela. The ball seems to be glued to his feet. Jimenez seemed to be plugged into midfield since coming in for Apenono. Garcia, the debutant. Vidal hounding. You see Cincinnati having a lovely sequence of possession. You have to be in double figures with passing. Lauro clears. And still FC Cincinnati retrieve. Stitz. Trying to switch, intercepted by Clark. Now, Chantret and company are going to try to hold some possession. Here he is, the Chantret, the debutant. Getting the ball beautifully with pressure on his back. Josh Cohen with space. Draper, intercepted by Garcia. Valenzuela tackle from behind. No call by the referee, and now he does. Thought about it. Referee Eric Tadasol gave it a second, and in the end, made the right call, in my opinion. Castellano. Adams. Valenzuela. No easy task staying in front of Valenzuela. He's so good with the ball at his feet. The Venezuelan academy player, 19 years of age, 2 starts. This is his 3rd start of the season. He already has 1 goal to his name. Josh Cohen, and he's pulled back by Garcia. And that's going to be the 3rd yellow card against FC Cincinnati. Eric Garcia beaten on the turn. A lovely turn by Cohen. And the debutant goes into the book. Coach Tyrone Marshall already has had to make an early substitution. Here it is. It's Draper. Look at that turn by Cohen. And Garcia, 2 hands on the waist, equals a yellow card. Clark. Saliba with time. Ceylon with time, rather. Looking for Vidal. So FC Cincinnati 2. Their opening match, a 2-1 win on this ground against Toronto FC. A 2-2 tie. Then a 2-1 loss to Crown Legacy, the #1 team in their conference. And then a 2-2 draw with Huntsville City 2 weeks ago. Had a bye week last weekend on match day 4. Coach Tyrone Marshall was saying how much they used it to prepare for this match and to allow some of the first team players who are on the brink to travel with the first team. And the second team players to prepare. Here's Marshall. Top of the box, Valenzuela tries to clip it to the last post. Intercepted in the end by Rod. Clark. Draper coming all the way back. Hounded by Garcia and Marshall. A dangerous ball, and it's Castellano. Castellano! The home team solidifies the comeback. Castellano with a bit of genius. But you have to say a suicide pass by Draper, who was in trouble by Garcia, across his own goal. And Castellano with a bit of trickery. The flick. And what about the outside of the foot? Clip past Ceylon. As the home team take a 2-1 lead. The heavy pressure by Garcia and company. The mistake by Draper. And the genius by Castellano means FC Cincinnati 2 take a 2-1 lead over Sporting Kansas City 2. 35 minutes gone. Vargas. Early ball in, looking for Vidal. So the goal by Pau Vidal, 4 minutes into this match, not only cancelled out, but then also topped by Castellano. This portion of the match is brought to you by First Financial Bank, the official bank of FC Cincinnati. Throw into the home team, Jimenez, Conte. Not taking any chances, clearing his lines. Valenzuela. Out to Marshall with room. Going to the last post, a beautiful ball, looking for Stitch. Gets the thumbs up from the forward. You can see the intent by Marshall. That early ball bending across the centre backs for Sporting KC. Almost pulled it off for Ben Stitt's second. This game has been played at a blinding pace. 37 minutes gone. FC Cincinnati coming back from a goal down to lead 2-1 over Sporting KC 2. Back to Rod, who takes the free kick early, but clearly not in the position that the referee would want. And now the referee has decided to slow things down and get the free kick in the right position. The Brazilian Rosa wants to get on with it. The shot net, playing a little 1-2 with the right back. Disrupted by Adams. Stitz. Valenzuela, who seems to be in the thick of things. Clever play by Valenzuela, winning a corner. Second corner of the evening for the home team. Good shot, Castellanos and Valenzuela. The cross comes in. Oh, and the flick on is in. It was Ben Stitz, but he's offside. Clever play by Castellano and Valenzuela. Ben Stitz got on the end of it. But again, offside. The goal does not count. KC goes early to Draper. Thomas back to Lauro. Here's that replay, the short corner, clipped in beautifully by Valenzuela. There's the back heel by Stitz. Beautiful finish, but the forward offside, no goal. Lovely play. Vidal, Adams, cleared away in the end. Bartlett retreating. Clark. Bartlett again. Switching the play, trying to find Vargas, and does so beautifully. Vargas trying to get past Conte. And he does. Still Vargas. Cuts inside. Vargas again. Took too long, and Cincinnati are back in position. Rosa. Diaz. Cross by Rosa, out by Thomas. Free kick for FC Cincinnati 2. Home team starting to control the pace of the game. As I say that, a press by Sporting Kansas City 2 earns them back possession. Or does it? Looks like there's been a late whistle. And looks like on the follow through, Pau Vidal caught Kai Thomas. And it's going to be a free kick for the orange and blue. Thomas. Marshall. The one-time pass to Valenzuela. Valenzuela. Finding Jimenez, the substitute. Jimenez. Conte. And the pressure works off to Chartret. And tries to find Vidal. Heavy touch by the Spaniard. Evan Lauro understanding what the game needs, starting to slow things down. Letting this home team sort of ease into this 2-1 lead and have his players catch their breath. Roberts with the flick on. It was a bit of a collision. Nadie Clark, the culprit, into the back of Valenzuela. So as this first half starts to wind down, FC Cincinnati too starting to gain control of possession. Something I sure Coach Ben Feilhaber for Sporting KC would not want. And another collision, and this time Pau Vidal goes in late yet again on Kai Thomas and earns himself a yellow card.
You look so cute.
The first caution for the visitors, and it's going to be the goal scorer himself, Pau Vidal. Here's that replay, played back to Thomas, and here's Vidal's follow through right there as Thomas releases. Something you didn't expect from forwards. Ben Stitz, can he retrieve this one? No, he can't. Something you won't mind your forward doing. You want him to commit to the challenge on the centre back. Vidal, another clumsy touch to Chartret with a fantastic sliding tackle. Bartlett looking for time, finds it through Clark. And the official stoppage time from the fourth official is going to be 1 minute. Tripper can't win back possession. Marshall with the throw. Down the line to Valenzuela. Clark with the header. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Valenzuela. Bartlett looking for the switch. We saw a risky pass from Draper, leading to the second goal for Cincinnati. Expertly taken by Castellanos. Vargas, lovely first touch. But Conte is there, as ever. Vargas. Rosa. Last play before the half. Rosa with the cross. Lauro comes out, can't get there. Draper. Clark has to retreat. Bartlett. Rod. Bartlett. Draper. We are past the 1 minute mark of stoppage time. And that ball goes out of play. And that is the end of the first 45 minutes. FC Cincinnati 2 come from a goal behind to lead at the half, 2-1. Goals from Pau Vidal for Sporting Kansas City, and then the equalizer by Ben Stitz, and then the go-ahead goal by Castellanos takes us into the half. We'll be back. Stay tuned. We're going to head into the highlights of match day 4. Stay tuned for the videos. All start off with the New York Red Bulls 2. Ball clipped inside from Santiago Soares, and Ole Dio is brought down, and the penalty taken to give the Red Bulls the lead in the 72nd minute. In the West, the Real Monarchs. The free kick beautifully taken by Moses Neiman from 23 yards out. That is the second highlight for match day 4. Both of the Monarchs' wins have been on 1-0 road results as they return home to face Portland next Sunday. On Saturday night, Atlanta's Nick Firmino got a goal off of a turnover to the press. He finishes beautifully in the 10th minute. And the second goal capping off a brace in the 84th. A lovely header as Chicago Fire 2 and Atlanta jumped to 3 spots in the Eastern table. So we head to our spotlight video as we return. Stay tuned.
One month into the MLS Next Pro season, and the spotlight seems to be getting even brighter. Here we round up all of the players who stood out following match day 4, starting with the coveted MLS Next rising star of match day 4, Philadelphia Union 2's David Vasquez. The 17-year-old's 81st minute goal not only gave Union 2 their first win of the season, but it also made history in the process. Vasquez will go down in the record books for scoring the 1,000th goal in MLS Next Pro regular season history. The Philadelphia Academy product already made an impact with the U.S. men's youth national team and is certainly poised to have a similar impact on Union 2 this season. The MLS Next Pro Player of the Week for match day 4 is a player who helped his team score for. LA Galaxy 2's Aaron Bibu put on a hat-trick performance in their win over a top 10 Whitecaps FC2 team. His 3-goal showing was the first of the season and the first since August 7th of last year by Schneider Borgelin of Inter Miami FC2. The former hat-trick star is now a first-team contracted player. And on a week where there were plenty of goals to choose from, the best goal of match day 4 goes to Sporting Kansas City 2's Lucas Rosa. He beat out his teammate Sebastian Cruz with a strike from well beyond the 18-yard box that sailed past 10 Real Monarchs defenders and their keeper. His 57% share of the poll marks the highest percentage of the best goal of match day votes to date. The team of match day 4 honor goes to a very deserving Austin FC2 team, a team who played 2 games in 5 days and posted 2 clean sheets and 5 goals. Verdos continued their excellent MLS Next Pro season debut by showing strength on both sides. Damian Lass and the defense have only allowed 3 goals on the season, and offensively, Verdos can score and do so quickly. They managed 3 goals in 5 minutes against North Texas this week and 2 in 22 versus St. Louis. Their 3-game win streak has rocketed them to the top of the Western Conference standings. Congrats to all of our players who made it in the spotlight this week. We'll see you right back here for Who Stood Out following match day 5.
Welcome back to NKU Soccer Stadium, Highland Heights, Kentucky. Home team FC Cincinnati 2 coming back from a goal down to lead Sporting Kansas City 2 by 2-1 at the half. And we look ahead in match day 6 at the schedule. On Friday night, Austin FC 2 lead us off on match day 6 against Minnesota United FC 2, 9 p.m. And then Sunday, a host of game, Columbus Crew 2 versus Inter Miami 2, New England Revolution 2 versus FC Cincinnati, the home team tonight. Atlanta United 2 take on Philadelphia Union, Chicago Fire versus New York Red Bulls, Colorado Rapids versus North Texas, Orlando City B host TFC 2. Real Monarchs try to bounce back and try to take on the Timbers 2. St. Louis City versus the Whitecaps. Los Angeles FC 2 take on Earthquakes 2. New York Red Bulls City Football Club take on Crown Legacy, the leaders. Sporting KC, tonight's visitors, they host Houston Dynamo 2. And then Tacoma Defiance, they will host LA Galaxy 2 to wrap up match day 6 next week at 11 p.m. So stay tuned as we head across to Chacon Encode video. This one should be good. We'll be back.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a la segunda temporada de MLS Next Pro. Soy Samara Pérez. El día de hoy nos acompaña un seleccionado nacional de Costa Rica y uno de los jugadores a seguir en esta temporada de MLS Next Pro. Él es Daniel Chacón de Colorado Rapids 2. Daniel, bienvenido y muchas gracias por estar con nosotros el día de hoy.
Bueno, muchas gracias a ustedes por el espacio y bueno, feliz de estar compartiendo acá un rato con ustedes para que la gente también conozca un poco más de quién soy y bueno, un poco de mi vida.
Claro, ya que mencionas eso, queremos conocer más sobre ti. Sabemos que llegar a ser un futbolista profesional no es nada fácil. ¿Cuáles han sido algunos de los retos a los que te has enfrentado y que has podido superar en este camino?
Bueno, creo que al principio de mi carrera, en la primera división de Costa Rica, no tuve mucha regularidad. Pasó toda una temporada que solo jugué un partido y después de esa temporada pasé un año completo sin jugar. Entonces fue una prueba de paciencia, de perseverancia, de trabajo, que creo que ha sido como mi principal virtud, más allá de cualquier argumento futbolístico. Entonces creo que la paciencia y pues la resiliencia para poder sobreponerse de momentos complicados creo que ha marcado mucho parte de mi carrera.
Daniel, formaste parte de la Selección Nacional de Costa Rica. ¿Cómo te sentiste cuando recibiste esa convocatoria?
Bueno, muy feliz. Había tenido la oportunidad de compartir con la selección, pero no en convocatorias oficiales, hasta que llegó me parece que la penúltima fecha eliminatoria para el Mundial de Qatar, que tuve la oportunidad de ya estar con la selección y debutar en el Estadio Azteca contra México. Creo que para mí y para prácticamente cualquier jugador, creo que el orgullo más grande que existe es ponerse la camisa de la selección y poder jugar partidos de ese nivel.
¿Y cómo ha sido tu experiencia con la selección nacional de tu país?
Creo que hasta el momento todo ha sido muy positivo. He tenido, como le digo, la experiencia, la oportunidad de jugar partidos muy importantes, de mucho nivel, en contra de muy grandes jugadores, ya sea contra México, también tuve la oportunidad de jugar contra Canadá en las eliminatorias, contra Estados Unidos. Entonces creo que esto te da una experiencia y te da una confianza diferente para afrontar los nuevos retos que vienen en su carrera con más seguridad y con más optimismo, habiéndose probado uno a estos niveles.
Daniel, casi 40 jugadores de MLS Next Pro han firmado un contrato con un equipo de Major League Soccer. Cuando escuchas esto, ¿cómo te motiva para jugar con Rapids 2?
Bueno, creo que esa es la principal, o mi principal enfoque de estar acá. Creo que el paso acá por Colorado Rapids 2, espero que sea de mucho provecho, de mucho aprendizaje, pero también ojalá tener la aspiración de salir de acá lo más rápido posible y aspirar siempre a lo más alto. Creo que sería un error estar conformándose con el lugar donde usted está, y creo que siempre es bueno y habla bien de usted el querer más. Entonces me lo tomo con mucho positivismo el paso por acá, pero claramente teniendo en mente un contrato con el primer equipo y poder competir en MLS.
Y por último, ¿qué es lo que más esperas de tu primera temporada con tu equipo en MLS Next Pro?
Bueno, creo que en mi primera temporada no solo se resume a lo futbolístico, es mi primera vez lejos de mi país, en una nueva experiencia. Entonces creo que esto me va a ayudar mucho para madurar como persona, como jugador, y claramente estar en un ambiente nuevo, compitiendo a un nivel o de una forma diferente a la que lo hacía, y me parece que el equipo está muy bien, que queremos pelear por todo lo que se pueda, ojalá pues quedar campeones, ¿por qué no? O sea, creo que siempre hay que optar por lo más alto, y bueno, yo estoy muy emocionado por esta temporada que está empezando.
Y nosotros emocionados con tenerte. Daniel, te deseamos todo el éxito en tu primera temporada. Muchas gracias por platicar con nosotros.
No, gracias a ustedes por el tiempo.
Y gracias a todos por sintonizar. Soy Samara Pérez. Nos vemos en la próxima.
Welcome back to SKU Stadium, Soccer Stadium in Highlands, Kentucky. FC Cincinnati 2, Sporting Kansas City 1. We are ready for the first half highlights. A blistering start for the visitors. It was Rosa going out wide to Vargas, and his early cross from the byline finds their talisman Pau Vidal with a clever finish to give SKC2 the lead in the opening 4 minutes of this match. Beautiful ball from Vargas and a lovely finish from Vidal. And then it was the home team, Valenzuela, in the thick of things, releasing Ben Stitz, who wrong-footed the defender and the keeper to equalize and brought the home team back in the game. There's Stitz again, just wrong-footing the defender, and then a clever finish at the first post, completely catching out Carlito Silon. Then, later on in the first half, a nightmare pass from Draper across his own goal, and Castellanos with a lovely touch and an even better finish with the outside of the foot, and the home team taking lead and come all the way back to 2-1. Castellanos with a brilliant finish and fantastic control. Draper, unadvised pass, fantastic control, dribbles the defender, and then a little flick at the outside of the foot to make it 2-1. Taking a look at the first half stats, Sporting Kansas City 2, having the possession that they want. However, total shots, 4-4 shots on target, more for Sporting Kansas City 2, 4-3. For total fouls, 7-6, 3 yellow cards for FC Cincinnati 2, and they have 1 yellow card for Sporting Kansas City. Pass accuracy basically even, and the tail of the game, corners 2-0 FC Cincinnati, but the goal still stands. Ben Stitz, Castellanos 2, and then Pau Vidal with that 1, as the home team continue to have that 2-1 advantage going into the second half. Just a quick reminder, in the first half, after 25 minutes, Joey Aponono, the centre-back for FC Cincinnati, he was subbed out for Steven Jimenez. Aponono had a yellow card in the opening minutes, and coach Tyrone Marshall thinking better of it and taking out his centre-back. as we get underway in the second half. It is Conte. We will have confirmations for those substitutions in just minutes. Headed out by Sporting Kansas City, Valenzuela. Home team, Cincinnati, in orange, going from right to left. And here's a yellow card. And it's going to go to the debutant, Cello Tuchantret, the number 52 for Sporting Kansas City. Their second yellow card. The first yellow card was Pau Vidal, and he's been subbed out at halftime. He was also the goal scorer in the first half. So Cello Tuchantret goes into the referee's books. Thomas, Conte. And the substitute for FC Cincinnati in the thick of things already is going to be Govea. Jordi Govea, number 77, on the close side of your screen. There he is on the ball. Clipped inside. Stitz now. Tries to reverse pass, but intercepted in the end. And here comes Draper. Conte. Miss kick in the end. Kansas City with Vargas. He's been so instrumental. The cross to the last post. No one there. Yeah, I don't have a 36 on my roster for Sporting KC. So quick confirmation for Sporting Kansas City with their substitutes. Amaro Traore comes in, number 77, and so too Michael Lenise, number 71. Adams, errant pass, Clark clears it. It's a brilliant pass to Vargas, and he is taken down by Conte, and the referee goes back to the book. Brilliant pass by Clark, completely catching Conte out of position. And now Sporting Kansas City have a free kick of their own. There's that ball over the top. Conte having to retreat. Look at the touch by Vargas. And a clumsy challenge by the left centre-back. So the fourth yellow card against FC Cincinnati 2. And it's going to be Haroun Conte. So, Cohen with the cross. Headed out by Thomas. Cohen. Draper. Going all the way back smartly, keeping possession. Bartlett. Out wide. Vargas. Can't keep it in play. So a throw-in for FC Cincinnati. It's going to be the substitute Govea to take it. Tuchantret. Flicked on by Cohen. Helped on Vargas. Vargas to the byline. Oh, and looks like Evan Laura got a hand to it and helped it over the line. So it's going to be a corner kick for the visitors. Cohen. Good cross in. And the last touch comes off a Sporting KC player. So goal kick for the home team. Rosa. Intercepted. Castellanos. Just beautiful control. Wins the free kick so easily against Rod. Valenzuela and Castellanos. It's just a thankless job to try and get the ball off of them. Adams beautifully turned away. And then the switch. Stitz, the goal scorer. Has Marshall. Has Valenzuela on top of the box. There he is. And great recovery by Clark. Valenzuela to the byline. The cross, and he wins a corner. FC Cincinnati still probing. Valenzuela's going to go across and leave this one for Jordi de Govea. Govea from Ecuador, 24 years of age. Made just 2 appearances last season. Spent his youth career in Real Madrid and made 4 appearances in the UEFA Youth League. Had 2 assists and also played for Swansea City's youth team. Here he is, in swinger. The header by Thomas. Oh, and it's in! Kai Thomas gets a goal. And FC Cincinnati 2 take a commanding 3-1 lead. The in-swinger by Govea and a towering header by Thomas. And there is room for comfort as the captain gives his team a cushion. So, off of a set piece, something that Tyrone Marshall was concerned about, conceding against set pieces. Well, this time they go out and get a goal from a set piece. Bartlett. Rod. To Chartrand. Over the top. Played all the way back by Thomas. Has to be full of confidence after getting that goal. To Chartrand. His debut tonight and has been well in control, playing that anchor role in centre defensive midfield. Cohen. Somehow the ball stays in play. Josh Cohen, beautiful turn. Out wide, crossed by Rosa. Lauro comes out, doesn't handle it perfectly, but in the end, gets possession. He's going to wait for his FC Cincinnati team to get back their shape. Veteran goalkeeping. Bartlett misses the header. Draper Turns into Adams. Missed kick by Adams, but Thomas gobbles it up. Rosa cleans up. Cohen finding Draper. Vargas is free on the right, and it's Rosa. Here's Vargas across the goal and cleared off the line by Thomas. Heroic defending by the captain. Quick interchange in the final third. Vargas again in the mix. But Kai Thomas just showing his superiority. Getting a goal on one end and saving a goal on the other. Cross by Cohen. Out by Adams. Garcia's there. Appeal for handball. Draper. And this time it was Garcia. So corner kick for the visitors. Desperate to get a goal back. FC Cincinnati 2-3. Sporting Kansas City 1. Corner comes in. Deschantret helps it on. Rosa. Bartlett. Cross from Draper. Another corner. Referee Tatasol just regaining the troops. Cross from Cohen. Lauro over his head. And it's going to be a goal kick for the home team. Here comes that press. Thomas. Garcia. Tirswa, back to Garcia, looking for Stitz. Lucas Rosa has seemed to have tucked inside to a midfield role rather than the right back role. Tirswa. Gouveia retrieves. Lauro. Looks like it's going to be a free kick for Sporting Kansas City 2. Ben Stitz may have come in from an offside position when Evan Lauro cleared it. Lewis. Adams turns away beautifully. Bartlett looking to take this one quickly. He seemed to have gone into Rosa's right back position as Rosa has gone into that midfield position. Lenis. Rosa. Still Rosa outside to Lenis. The cross. And great recovery by Garcia. Good sequence of play so far for the visitors over the last 5 minutes. After conceding, they've dominated possession. Deschantret to the byline. Lenis. And Cohen is in an offside position. Free kick to FC Cincinnati 2. Stitz, who's done a great job playing as that number 9 for the Orange today. Has held up the ball well, has finished well, took his chance, has laid balls off for midfielders. Seems to be an exciting prospect for this FC Cincinnati 2 team. Adams goes down, and the referee has a late whistle. Salim Adams, Ghanaian U23, is quite the prospect for FC Cincinnati. Gouveia. Cross, headed out. To Shantret, clears, so to Cohen. Adams with the shot. Fantastic technique, just couldn't get the power. Back to Salim Adams. We talked about U23 for the Ghanaian international team. Played all 7 preseason games for FC Cincinnati 2. Here he is. And so much promise that European teams are now having a look at him. Rosa, he can play anywhere. Still Rosa. Draper. Oh, and well read by Garcia. There was a moment where Draper was going to go to the right, then shimmy to the left, and Garcia stayed right in his hip pocket. So another corner kick to SKC. Josh Cohen. In swing up. Oh, and it's in! The debutant, Chelo to Shantret, gets on the end of the corner. And Sporting Kansas City 2 have life. Brilliant delivery. No one from Cincinnati got ahead to it. And the man making his debut showed up at the last post and finished beautifully. No chance for Evan Lauro. FC Cincinnati 2-3, Sporting Kansas City 2-2. Gouveia, lovely touch to Castellanos. Can Gouveia get it back? The cross to the last post. Adams goes down, heavy tackle by Clark. Marshall, still Marshall. Crosses, out by Bartlett, helped on by Rosa. That was a clever touch. Looking for Vargas, couldn't find him. Lauro. Bartlett with the header, only as far as Valenzuela. Stitz, great control. Still Stitz. Still Stitz. Valenzuela cleans up. Valenzuela. Valenzuela still. Cleared away by Clark. Well, the inventiveness, the dribbling from Stitz and Valenzuela has been fantastic to look at. In the end, the clearance by Clark. Rosa. Adams. Look at the touch, beautifully. Castellanos. Adams. Garcia. Sporting Kansas City 2, using that energy, that exuberance from getting that second goal, and Cincinnati are trying to take the sting out of the game by holding some possession. Valenzuela, who has supreme control, wins another free kick. So free kick. And Jordi Goveo definitely favors his left foot. Here he is, Goveo! Oh, good save in the end by Ceylon. Went to the keeper's side. Rosa. Deshantret. Hounded, but somehow keeps control. Dennis. Deshantret. Kansas City 2 starting to get some rhythm. Draper's there, but Garcia's going to let it go. So substitution for the away team. It's going to be Nassim Mekadish, a defender, coming in for another defender. It's going to be Jacob Bartlett coming out. So the left centre back comes out, and Mekadish comes in to replace him. Mekadish immediately gets into the thick of things. Cleared away by Rod. This portion of the match is brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of FC Cincinnati. Stitz, using his body well. Turns to the byline, Stitz, top of the box, Goveo on his weaker right foot. Adams with the shot, stopped by Rosa. Ben Stitz putting on a show. Again, unpredictability in the last third, creating a chance through the missed kick of Goveo, and Adams almost getting on the end of it. Cross by Valenzuela. Clark is there. Draper. Rod, back to Draper. Here comes that press from FC Cincinnati. Cohen. Kansas City get out of it comfortably. Rosa. Oh, not yet. Deshantret finds Lenis. Rosa. Out wide, Lenis. Tries for the 1-2. Rosa is there. The cross comes in. And Evan Lauro. And it's going to be a goal kick for the home team. So this game far from over. 20 minutes left. FC Cincinnati 2, desperate to get another win at home. And free kick, a late whistle. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a collision with the heads. Valenzuela again, the recipient. Castellanos. Conte going up the line, looking for Valenzuela. Rod is there. Ceylon clears. And it's a good clearance. Got some possession for Sporting KC. Conte. Rosa. Top of the box. Could it be? Cohen with the shot. Saved by Lauro. Ekedish goes back to Rod. Rosa. SKC2 building up beautifully and getting confidence. Lenis. Coach Ben Falaba wants them to be efficient in the last third and not give away passes like that. Here's our counter attack and a lovely tackle by Johan Rod. Kadish. Back heel, Cohen. Tirswa is going to be called for the foul. Bit of trickery by Cohen. So we have another substitution, this time for Sporting KC. It's going to be the forward from Honduras, Mejia, coming in, and the left winger Draper stepping out. So free kick for Sporting Kansas City 2. Cohen looks to be an in-swinger. Nikiha is there at the back post. So the last delivery by Cohen turned out to be a goal for Deshantret at the back post. Can they do it again? Cohen again at the back post. Last touch is going to be a corner kick. Cohen is going to come all the way across to take this dead ball. No, it's played short. Cohen to the byline. Desperate tackle by Tiswa. Then he goes short. And Cohen goes long. Headed out by Stitz. The Brazilian switching the play. Mejia, the Honduran. Excellent tackle by Garcia. Has been solid all game at right back. Rosa retreats. So FC Cincinnati are going to their bench as well to try to bring some fresh legs in. 73 minutes gone. 3-2 to the home team. Mejia. Rosa, who always seems to be open. Deshantret's there, square with him. Here he is. Deshantret. Cohen sizes up the shot. And Lauro using that impeccable form and technique just to snuff that one out. Deshantret gets out of trouble. Again, he seems to have a knack, the holding midfielder. Seems such a talent. This one's given away. Adams. One back by Linus. Cohen. SKC2 with room. Mejia. Mejia, the cross. Out by Garcia. Cohen. Mekadish. The Algerian with the shot. So another substitution, this time for FC Cincinnati. It's going to be Daryl Tirswa coming out, the midfielder. And number 61 to enter for FC Cincinnati. Then Valenzuela comes out and Ryder Mills comes in. Just to clarify, Owen Nover was the number 61 that came in for FC Cincinnati too. There's the turn. Stitz, Ben Stitz on that left foot. Switching, Goville with time. SKC back defensively. Played short is Mills. Thomas to Conte. Goville, hounded. Stitz. Clark, all the way on the right-hand side now. Goville, beautifully done by Stitz. This one drops short and the shot comes in. Oh, good save by Ceylon. It was his substitute coming in. Owen Nover. Goville with the cross. And he crushed it with his left foot. Beautiful technique. Ceylon had to get that down there and make a great save. And here's Jordi Goville going across to take this one. The in-swinger. Headed out beautifully by Mejia. Looks to be Vargas actually. And he is down writhing in pain. And he's shot by Adams. And Ceylon saves it. And the referee decides so it's going to be Vargas, the one who created the first goal for Pau Vidal, which seems to be ages ago in the 4th minute. Went up for the corner, and when he came down, you heard the loud shriek. Referee Tarazol has called to the sidelines for medical help. Vargas is writhing in agony. So both teams using their bench. Fresh legs are in, and Sporting Kansas City too have been pressing with all of their vigor and all of their energy to try and get this equalizer. Tyrone Marshall and his men. So it looks like Vargas Valentin, who created that first goal, his night sadly is going to come to an end through an injury. He's going to be looked to be stretchered off. And preparing to come on is number 77, Amadou Traore. The 21-year-old French former U16 player will be coming in for Vargas, who's going to be stretchered out. Sad sight to see as this talented young man who impacted the game just about every opportunity he got now seems to be injured inadvertently with a loose ball in the air. So after the injury and the substitution, Carlitos Ceylon is going to kick this one. And it's a good long punt. Headed out by Thomas. Conte is there. Adams, player goes down. No call by the referee. Early ball. You can still see the player limping for Sporting KC. Now the referee is going to call an offside. The player came from an offside position when the ball was played. And that was Traore. Evan Lauro. Just about 7 minutes to go. Mills, Stitz has had such an impact on the game, holding the ball up just like that for the home team. So a throw in for FC Cincinnati 2. It's going to be Marshall. Castellano still out there, pulling the strings. Thomas. Conte. Between the lines for Gavil, intercepted by Rod. Denis. To Chantret. Denis. Keeps possession. Rosa. Rosa wins the free kick. And it's going to be a yellow card. Looks like it's for dissent. This portion of the match is brought to you by Cintas, an official partner of FC Cincinnati. To Chantret, to Lennis. Top of the box to Rosa. Cohen tries to help it on, could be a handball, and it is. Marshall coming in, getting right up on top of Cohen. And the handball quite rightly called, and a free kick in a great position for the visitors. The Brazilian Lucas Rosa does not hesitate, walks across, and will attempt to have a crack on goal. Referee Tarazol gets the wall ready. And now SKC's wall has to be managed. Are we in store for another Brazilian bender? Rosa. Oh, good shot, good save. Beautiful free kick, and Evan Lauro was alive to it. It was well struck over the wall, and Lauro anticipated and got both hands to it. Mekedish goes out wide. It was Mejia who's been dispossessed. There's Mills. Marshall can't control. Cohen can. Referee just making sure they take me through at the right position. Rosa out wide to Clark, who switched from left back to right back. Lennis, Clark. Intercepted. SKC pressuring the flick on, and it's going to be a throw in. This portion of the match is brought to you by CTI Clinical Trial and Consulting, an official partner of FC Cincinnati. Deschantret gets it back. Great tackle by Adams. Player goes down, and it's going to be a free kick and a yellow card. You can hear the cry all the way into the media box. And the free kick given, and another chance. So Nicholas Samways gets the yellow card from the referee, and here's Cohen with the free kick. Flicked on, and goes out for a goal kick for FC Cincinnati. So Nicholas Samways in the referee's book. So just about 2 minutes to play. Just taking a quick look ahead. FC Cincinnati 2 will stay at home and host New England Revolution a week from tonight at 7 p.m. Goveo maintains possession. In regards to Sporting Kansas City 2. They will host the Houston Dynamo 2 next weekend. And here's Rosa. It's going to be a free kick for SKC2, and they're desperate to get it back in play. This Kansas City team has been on the road for the last 2 weeks. Big win against Real Monarchs, 4-0. Ball played through. It's Rod to clean up to Clark. So SKC will get back at home and play against Houston Dynamo 2 next weekend. Out by Garcia. So a confirmation for stoppage time, time added on from the fourth official, a whopping 6 minutes to be added on. Of course, that's to be attributed to the injury for Valentin Vargas. Clark. Can Kansas City get one back in the dying stages? Lennis intercepted by Adams. Could there be a counter? Mills finding Stitz. Cincinnati starting to get numbers. Still Stitz. Castellanos waiting for support. Oveo, Castellanos, no rush by the home team. And given away, Rosa. Dispossessed, Samways. Adams plays Stitz through. Could it be Stitz? He plays it across. Oh, what a chance for Ben Stitz. Very unselfish by the big number 9. But there was no one there on the end of the pass. And a chance goes a begging for the home team. But What a pass by Salim Adams. Traore touches it on to Lenis. Back to Traore, the Frenchman. Trying to get to the byline. Gets a free kick in a dangerous position. Just on the side of the 18-yard box. Enough for Josh Cohen to pick someone out. Cohen already with an assist to Chantret off of a corner. Seven Sporting KC shirts in the 18-yard box. Cohen. Referee Tadasol not happy with the physicality. Here comes Josh Cohen. The cross. Headed away at the last post by Adams. So Cohen, who is the dead ball specialist, trying to sprint across for this one. Now to Chantret, who scored that last goal, is hobbling with a hamstring injury. He's at the last post now. Cohen with the cross. Headed out again by Adams. Clark. Clark to the last post. Nodded down. The shot ricochets out by Mills. Cohen. Desperate tackle by Marshall. Out by Castellanos, finding Mills. He has Ben Stitz in room. Ben Stitz takes a touch. Could it be? Still Ben Stitz. With the shot, and it's saved by Ceylon. Took one touch too many, Ben Stitz, but it has to be said that Natty Clark did a great job in getting back. Play to Traore. Great recovery by Conte. We are 3.5 minutes into the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Traore. The cross. Saved by Evan Lauro. He's going to try to manage the clock the best he could. And take some valuable seconds. And kick it as long as he could as well. Stitz with the header. It's been so good forward. And Mills goes down, and it's going to be another yellow card. Jahan Rod goes into the referee's books. Of course, FC Cincinnati 2 in no hurry. Stitz to the corner flag. Trying to shed some seconds. He goes over and wins a free kick. Natty Clark can't believe it. If Cincinnati 2 hold on to this lead, they would go to 7 points. Bit of discussion to see who's going to kick this one. Stitz back to the corner flag. Cleared away only as far as Samway. Stitz, he goes down, no call from the referee. We're into the last 30 seconds. Thomas dispossessed. He is dispossessed, and a great tackle by Garcia. And his hamstring is tightening up. No time to lie down now. 18 seconds to go. Traore. Rosa. Back out to Traore. The cross. No. Decides against it. Govio's there. And he's dispossessed by the substitutes brilliantly. Adams miskicks. Conte heads. Only as far as Clark. Cleared away in the end by Thomas. And that's the final whistle. FC Cincinnati to hang on to win this game by 3-2 over Sporting Kansas City 2. The home team has had to come from a goal behind to get their second victory of the season and continue their unbeaten run at home. A fantastic match, end to end, full of energy, and the visitors come up just short. The man of the match is none other than the forward himself, Ben Stitz, who got the ball rolling for this FC Cincinnati team. He got the equalizer, he shaped the last stopper and beat the goalkeeper at near post to get them back in the game. But he not only scored the equalizer, he did everything right in the attacking third. Bowling up the ball, laying off balls for attacking players, and he is our player of the match, Ben Stitz. So that's it from NKU Soccer Stadium in Kentucky. FC Cincinnati 2-3, Sporting KC 2-2, and the home team take all 3 points. The Pau Vidal goals in the opening 4 minutes. Ben Stitz with the equalizer. Then Castellanos with the 2-1 lead. And then the third goal coming from a corner kick. And it was the captain, Thomas. Guy Thomas. And then a consolation goal from the debutant to Chantret at the last post. And that leaves it FC Cincinnati 2 victors at home against Sporting KC. Thank you and good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.